So thanks again for joining us today. This webinar is mainly focused on paid advertising, especially for e-commerce and how to post your return on investment for 2023. So before we start, we will just share more information about us. Here is Ahmed, Senior PPC Strategist in Scandinavia. I have been in Scandinavia for almost 4 years now, and working with paid media for quite a while. And here is Arthur's. Mike with you.
Hey, my name is Arthur, same like Ahmed. I'm Senior PPC Strategist in Scandinavia. And from my side, it's 12 years experience in digital marketing and now more strategical on mentoring role in Scandinavia.
Awesome. Great. Then let's get started. For your information, there is a question panel there, so you will be able to ask all your questions and we will be able to answer all of them. So our today's agenda is introduction to PPC. We are assuming most of you already know what is paid advertising. We will share just a simplified version of paid advertising, and then walk you through PPC strategies implemented in 2023. And based on actual case studies internally, we developed how to measure your campaign success and how to run automation for paid advertising and A/B testing and measuring the A/B testing. Afterwards, we will have a webinar like bonus. This is like if you pair up with us till the end, would be a bonus, especially for e-commerce stores. And we will have a Q&A session where you will be able to ask all your questions, and we will try to answer all of them. But please, while we will walk you through the presentation, drop your question and we will be able to answer at the end. But yeah, let's get started. So our introduction to PPC, as known as digital paid ads, media buying, paid advertising, can be confusing by hearing many terms of paid ads in general. The simplified version of paid advertising is ensuring the value of each ad spend, and you are meeting your business objective and marketing objective. So basically, we see the advertiser is a link between business marketing objective and media placement. And yeah, this is basically it, without going through very technical details of paid advertising. Starting towards PPC strategies for this year and how you would be able to increase the return on investment. We broke down this into 4 parts. First part is measuring campaign success and how you can actually ensure you're doing good actually, or even growing in terms of paid ads or marketing. So the concept here is you build actually a solid metrics KPIs that you want to achieve in terms of long-term and short-term. So you're not just running ads or doing paid marketing efforts without actually aligning what you want to get in the short and long run. So by defining your future milestones, you will ensure actually in each quarter what you want to implement. So this is tolerated based on your needs. So you need to think, if you don't already have a strategy, a structure for this year, what you want to achieve in Q1 or Q2, Q3. Q1 is already gone. So starting from Q2, we are already in April. What you're looking to achieve, expanding new channels, even if you're growing, how you can actually grow even more. So this is the basic structure, how to measure the campaigns. Diving deeper into case studies and how we actually were able to measure campaigns and ensure campaigns are achieving the result. So giving the mic to Arthur.
Thank you. Okay. case study number 1 from our side. We have a client who have 20,000 followers in Twitter in United States, but previously he didn't get any purchases. And our goal was increase traffic from Twitter, but not only from these followers, but find new audience. And what we did, we targeted new audience. We used 20,000 followers, and based on that, we get plus 330 ROIs compared of audiences. We get like higher revenue. We did many A/B testings. We defined objectives and creatives what get not only clicks or engagement, but revenue and conversions too. And now we run like regularly these campaigns based on ROIs. Now it's not like 300, but it's still high. And month by month, we try to find new audience based from Twitter, based on this roadmap.
Amazing. Okay.
Yes. Next case study, same client. This is like lovely client. We did many tests with rare seeds. And yes, next goal, client previously didn't use TikTok, like follower number was 19. And our goal was increase traffic and engagement from TikTok. We created 3 videos. One video was from client side, was from Scandi website, and the third one from agency who create like main goal is create videos for brand awareness. And what we got 237 purchases from TikTok on 1 week, and we decided that the winner is a video what we made it in Scandinavia based on all best practices and criteria, and this video got 57 CPC cents, and the CPA was $15.
This is actually a good result comparing to starting new channel and testing.
Yeah. Still higher than in traditional Facebook or Google ads, but after a few months optimization, we got same results like Google or Facebook ads.
Yeah, good job. Besides this, we have also
one more case study, yes, from our B2B client. Part of our clients is from B2B side, and it's always hard to track and find new audiences and increase conversion numbers. And what we did, we found services like Rail Call, who track all phone calls from paid traffic, website traffic. And what we did, we synchronized Google and Bing ads with CallRail, and now we push all calls with purchases with numbers to Google and Bing ads. And what we saw, compare it like March 2022 with this March, conversion numbers increased by 146%, revenue plus 100%, and we increased the budget. Yes, plus go back one more. Yes, plus 34%. It's not like we increased the budget because we spend more. Client asked, one of the goal was increase the budget because client sees the results, and he wanted to increase budgets and conversions. Yes, next slide, please. Yes, and one more case study. What we saw in the last 6 months, we did more than 50 or 60 PPC audits, and the main problem in 98% is that businesses don't check search terms in Google and Bing ads, and they don't include not relevant keywords. And what we did with like we do with all clients, but what we did with these clients, we monthly go through with search terms, and after 3 months, we decreased cost from the search term excluding by 69%. We increased click share for relevant keywords by 51%, decreased costs by -24%, and ROAS now is plus 200%. It's because we're focusing more on converting keywords. We found new high-value keywords and optimized shopping and the performance max campaigns. And we not increased the budget. We run the same budget, but increase only revenue at this moment.
Amazing. Good.
Ahmed?
Yeah, somehow my screen is, yeah, all right, then the next case study is, this is retailer. So that client had many challenges that they weren't able to actually bring any result from paid media at all. So they were even considering to run paid media, to not run any paid media. So the goals here was to increase the number of new customers in order to sustain the business, and also increase the retention rate from their existing customers, achieve above 4 return on ad spend or 400% of ad spend, increase the CTR and conversion rate, and achieve lower customer acquisition cost. So based on these goals, we developed a strategy to ensure we are doing actually a proper marketing research and competitor research to understand where we are actually standing in the market, and building evergreen marketing funnel, as the main challenge as well the client had is actually running a campaign which is successful for the long term, then doing A/B testing based on audience, creatives, different bidding strategies as well, till we find the winning spot and deciding to scale based on actual data. Then part of the strategy, personalizing our ads based on audience or user journey. So based if they are adding to cart or checkout appointment, or they purchase but they haven't did any purchase in the future as well. So based on this, we developed our approach, which the main topic is measuring campaign success. We made sure actually we have proper tracking. So as Arthur's as well was sharing about CoRail, you need to identify basically your business need. Like if phone calls is a goal for you, or like online purchases or lead gen. And based on this, you actually identify those conversions which you need to track. And based on this, to make sure you're actually tracking them properly. Because without having this in place, you wouldn't be able to measure your campaign and say if you're actually bringing good result or your campaigns are doing good or not. So getting back to this case study, our approach basically was focusing on new users, on new customer. We didn't want to have our biggest focus on remarketing, since customer had an issue with the retention rate. So we needed to improve retention rate by developing different type of messaging in late stage, focusing on building long-term winning campaigns. In Google Ads, Meta Ads, this was basically a holistic paid media approach, not just one channel, testing different shopping campaigns, PMAX, different type of structure and the strategies for the client as well, restructuring a remarketing funnel based on dynamic remarketing, and ensuring we are not losing valuable users on the website when they bounce back. And then we did intensive campaign management and optimization. After 5 or 6 months working with the client, we were able to achieve year-over-year 128% increase in revenue, more than 100% increase in conversion, and more than 250% increase year-over-year for return on ad spend, which we were able to approximately deliver more than 7 to 9 return on ad spend in average. And the project is still ongoing. Actually, we see still outstanding results. It's still challenging, but we are pretty proud of the results actually we brought. So if you haven't measured your campaign, implementing this measurement would completely help you to identify what you're lacking and how to ensure you're actually delivering a better result month over month or year over year. All right, hopefully this was helpful. Moving into level up your ads by adopting PPC automation. So basically, we will discuss more about how to actually implement AIs into PPC automation and the definition of PPC automation. So PPC automation is basically a process of what you can implement manually in advertising, but this is not replacing the advertiser. This is to make the advertiser or PPC specialist workflow easier. So by implementing PPC automation, it goes into 3 stages. First one is automating, listing down what you could actually automate in terms of excluding search term or building a reports or a keyword research, whatever this could be. Try to list down all your possible actions that you would want to automate. Then based on this, build a workflow for this automation. And I will walk you through how to build such workflow based on actual case studies. And then monitor the automation, make sure the automation is bringing the output you were expecting. So don't forget about it and assume it would work fine, because most of the cases automation would have some issues. So you need to ensure you're monitoring the automation and then analyze and optimize based on the results you are seeing. But again, the automation is part of the process based on the input you're giving. So if you're ensuring smoother workflows, then most likely you will have the desired result. And I will walk you through as well case studies that we implemented or adopted automation partially or relied on it even more, and the expected result. So we had a client where it was very, very competitive industry related to sunglasses during the summer period. And we needed to kind of set up many campaigns in a very, very short time, like within 2-3 weeks maximum. So the goals was to increase overall the number of new customers for this project, increase the retention rate, achieve more than 4 return on ad spend, or 400 return on ad spend on each investment we are making, and decrease cost per acquisition and achieve lower customer acquisition cost or cost per acquisition, and achieve lower CPC as well. The strategy was dividing our target audience based on genders, based on behavior, as the product was mainly designed for luxurious shoppers, personalizing remarketing campaigns based on audience behavior, and adopting automation to speed up the campaign setup. The main challenge here was speed, as we were in the middle of the season and we needed to hurry up with setting up the campaigns. So our approach was adopting bulk uploads in Google Ads, relying on Google Ads editor to automate rules. So instead of doing things that can be delegated to automation, we delegated this to automation so we can focus on what is really important and try to speed the process more. We built a Google Ads script to minimize recurring action, again, to help more with scoping with the speed, and focusing on smart bidding to achieve the desired result. And during the summer season, we were able to actually achieve more than 600% on return of ad spend, more than 30% increase in click year over year. And we got similar CPC, but with a lower customer acquisition cost. And we got 10% increase in conversion rate, and in revenue, it was around 17 to 18% increase year over year. So that was actually pretty good to achieve in a short term. And without automation, I assume we would have a struggle to get there. So walking through what exactly I mean by automation and learning we got from based on this case. So the first one is adopting Google Ads bulk uploads, is using Google Ads bulk uploads to build search campaigns, shopping campaigns, display campaigns, building new site links. So everything like from updating the campaign to adding new keyword or campaigns or assets to the campaign was based on bulk uploads to speed up the process. This saved us like at least around like that was like 3 times faster than usual to set up a campaign, which was a noticeable result. We were able to be ahead of our competitor because we identified, okay, this industry takes a lot of effort to set up things manually. So if we identify how to automate this process, we would be able to test more stuff than our competitors, which will make us end up getting good result. The second learning was about automating rules. So this is basically an option in your Google Ads account, would allow you to automate basic rules based on audience, keyword, ad groups, campaigns. So whatever you would want to automate in terms of rules, you would have an option there in your Google Ads account. And this would basically ensure you are avoiding unexpected result as well. So in case you want to make sure your ad actually is never spending more than X amount of budget, you can build automated rule, which would ensure even if your ad spend a little bit more that to stop the ad right away, or to optimize if some specific audience didn't work or perform well. So this is one of the options we were actually adopting in the project. Pros of this, actually, we were able to take control of our daily budget. We excluded a lot of irrelevant traffic. We see that many search terms weren't actually bringing good result because of specific keyword, and we were able to identify this and exclude it right away. We post keyword that wasn't really bringing any impression or wasn't performing well without doing this manually by ensuring we are building proper automated rule. All right. Besides this, we also adopted Google Ads Editor. This is basically more advanced option to use Google Ads than Google Ads native user interface. This is extremely helpful. So if you have already experience with Google Ads, or you are a marketing director and you have your team working on ads, I would highly suggest make sure to adopt Google Ads Editor. Again, it's more advanced. So if you are struggling with basic Google Ads interface, then Google Ads Editor is not for you. But if you're already aware of Google Ads interface, then Google Ads Editor will be extremely helpful and will bring your ads and PPC campaigns to a new level. So based on adopting Google Ads Editor, we were able to actually optimize the campaigns the same way how you can optimize in native Google Ads user interface, but in more like in much faster ways, and the workflow is much seamless. And we were able to make multi changes just within a few clicks. So so yeah, it was extremely helpful. We are even using it on most of our projects to cope with the speed of each project. All right, moving to this is a bit more advanced. So this is building Google Ads script. This is Java code, JavaScript. This is basically you would code things that based on your account need. We delegated basically a recurring task to Google Ads script to save more of our time on things that can be delegated to, again, automation or scripting. And then instead of checking specific keywords manually, we can actually build a script does this for us. Again, we keep checking this in manually, but that saves a lot of time. Instead of doing this 5 times a day, you can just check if the automation is working properly. Basically, Google Ads script can help you with many things. Yeah, I see someone raised hand. Yeah, I think it's from your side. Can someone else please confirm if you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, then besides this, yeah, maybe try to rejoin again and you will be able to hear us. All right, so based on Google Ads script, you can build any type of things that you are doing manually in your Google Ads account. The only cons of this, you need to have a knowledge in coding, in JavaScript. You need to ensure you are actually aware of how Google Ads scripts work. If not, then take time, invest into understanding how the script works, as it can be harmful if you don't execute it properly. The main, also one of the main learnings or things we adopted regarding automation is automated reports. We do it already for all of our projects, but this is basically using Looker, Power BI, Data Studio to basically automate your reports. So instead of checking each channel, each ad, each creative manually and adding it in Google Sheet, now you can just pull all this data in Looker and just ensure you're actually tracking everything in much simpler ways. And this is how it helps you as well to take a decision much faster. So instead of taking more time to actually analyze this data, write down all of this manually, you can just do it in much simpler ways. This is another example of using like holistic report to cover all the channels in one place, to compare channel per channel and understand how much actually each channel is costing and what is the return on ad spend on each channel or return on investment. It's pretty useful. If you don't have holistic report, I would highly suggest you to start digging into it as well. As we are talking about data reporting and tracking, heads up, Universal Analytics is not working any longer after July this year. So please, if you haven't migrated to GA4, start already migrate. Otherwise, this would affect your performance as you wouldn't have a consistent data to compare to. So usually analytics is our single source of truth as a data ecosystem. So cross-check with your team if everything is working properly from now for GA4. By average, we estimated around hundreds of hours we are saving monthly by adopting PPC automation. So that actually allowed our team to execute things much faster, more advanced, and saving time as well. And we were able to invest this time into what actually could help our clients to see better result. All right, I think my is with you, moving to A/B testing. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with A/B testing, and yeah, daily or our part of our services is A/B testing, and with this client who sells sneakers, exclusive sneakers, one sneaker can cost like more than 3,500. And yeah, our goal was increase traffic, but new traffic. And if previously we worked with interests, now we try to find audience who are interested, who are new but interested in the client product. And we use it geo-targeting based on competitor store location, and we use it Facebook and Instagram ads. And what we got after 7 days of testing, highest engagement plus 3K, ROAS was 8, CTR was 15, and cost per acquisition was like $10. And after that, we compared audiences, new audiences with based on interests and based on competitor geolocation. And what we decided, both campaigns performed well, but competitors had better conversion rate and lower cost per purchase. That's why if we have local stores, our recommendation is test competitor geolocations too. Yes, next test was with TikTok ads. We tested single video ads and Spark ads. Shortly, single video ads, it's like standard ad format where you can upload your video, and Spark ads, you need to have your TikTok profile, and you can use your organic videos. And we tested 4 different creatives, measuring CPC, CPM, CTR for each video and formats. And yes, next slide, please. Yes. Here is Spark video, how it's look like. And next slide, please. And yeah, and what we decided about single ads, it's easy creation, no need to create a TikTok account, because if you have TikTok account, better it's if you daily use it and upload more videos. In our case, we got lower CPC with single video format, and CPM was lower too. But all engagement can be attributed with account, and it's like harder to grow your organic account. What we decided with Spark video, using TikTok account, you can post your organic videos, and you can ensuring all views, comments, shares, likes, and followers. But you need your own TikTok account.
We have actually a question. Someone, please, if you have any question, drop down in the please drop down in the Q&A pool, and we will be able to answer all of them in the Q session. Thank you. All right. Great. About the A/B testing, if you, yeah, all covered. Besides this, we are actually giving away 3 free PPC audit. This is an audit for your account if you wanna check if you're actually applying the best practices. So you can just scan the screen here, and you will be able to claim it. But yeah, heads up, it's only for 3 accounts only. All right. Besides this, can ask questions if you need. Please drop it down in Q&A. I'm not able to unmute here. Okay, we got those questions. So one of the question is how to automate or what to automate challenges and to automate the process and the challenges for automation. Basically, for PPC automation, the main challenges is to ensure actually you're able to implement the desired result manually, because if you don't know what you're looking to achieve, automation wouldn't be able to help you to bring this result. So make sure you have a clear goals, what you are looking to kind of align with your goals. Besides this, also it could be challenging if you don't have a bit of experience into paid media channels like Google Ads, Meta Ads, or whatever. So make sure you are actually understanding the main things that you need to do manually, then you can move to automation. More challenges can be it's time consuming to learn how to build the process for automation. So try to be patient when you build such sequence. For Google Ads scripts, for example, there are ready scripts you can take and rebuild instead of building from scratch. If you have a developer, it can speed up the process for sure. And the main process, it's like time saving. So it's actually for all PPC advertiser, it saves a lot of time and it scales the project a lot. And yeah, anything else you want to add, Arthurs, about PPC automation?
Maybe when you start automate PPC campaigns, try to analyze after 2-3 weeks the result, because sometimes automation increase prices but not increase the results.
Yep. Also, we have another question is about how to scale a project, and like how many hours do you actually dedicate to a project to make it scalable? So I think Arthurs, you would be able to cover this one.
It depends of the project, how it's like big, not by monthly spend, but overall it depends of country or region. But overall we spend for each project minimum like 100 hours monthly for the start, like first 3 months. Our team in Scandinavia PPC team, we have 12 account executives, and each of them divided by the projects. We try to find best skills for each executive, and based on that, we create like for every project team, and we involved more professional skilled executives, and that's why we for the start spend like 100 hours for the first 3 months for the projects, and after that we base together with automation, with after A/B testing, we can spend like 30-50 hours with the same results, and month by month we increase these results.
Okay, makes sense. I have two more questions. Please, if you have any more questions as well, add them. We got some time already. So one of the question is, how do you measure A/B testing for paid ads? So basically, I could cover this, and the authors as well can share your opinion, but basically we decide what we want to A/B test. Is it based on creative, audience, bidding strategy? So you identify what exactly you want to A/B test, and then if it's creative, make sure you're actually having two different creative, and not completely, but you have a goal what you want to test in this creative. Is it a specific element, font, CTA? And based on this, we try to analyze both creative, and based on the result, we try to scale by testing more the winning creative and see if it's actually bringing better results than the usual creative. If we are talking about audience, is A/B testing audience. If you have two different campaigns and the target audience is very narrow, try to make sure to make a decision based on data. So try to divide your campaigns based on separating audience, and then try to see which one is performing better, but try to make sure you are consistent in terms of creative. So you are not just using everything the same, but you're missing the creative part and the audience part. They are different, and it wouldn't work. So try to A/B test one thing on a time, and instead of testing 3-4 elements of audience or creative in the same time, as it can harm you. A/B testing and can lead you to the wrong direction. Besides this, yeah, this is basically it. Maybe Arthurs, you can also answer, how do you measure A/B testing?
Nothing to add. You explained it, but like our main goals and how we work.
We have another question, which is, which channel, what channel do you recommend for e-commerce store to start with?
What we recommend at this moment, like 100%, it's meta ads, collection ads. We got fantastic results. We started tested 6 months ago, and we still running. We improve our feeds, and based on feeds improving, we run collection ads for all our e-commerce clients who have like more than 100 products. This is like main goal for maybe clothes or some stores. But second one, like it's standard and ever forever, it's Google search from our site. If we create a good campaign structure and like plan 3-month strategy, Google search, it's always the best at this moment. Now we started test Reddit ads and then Snapchat ads, and yes, maybe after 3 months we will see that we can scale it good too. Because from our side, what is important is ROAS. We always run campaign based on ROAS, not based on clicks, CPMs, or conversion numbers. Main goal for all our projects is ROAS.
Yep, nothing to add from my side. We also got one more question, is what module of conversion tracking do we use? So, and I see another question as well. So we got 2 more questions, so covering about conversion tracking or module of conversion tracking. So basically, it depends from business to business, if it's B2B, and what basically is the touch point do you have with your leads? Is it like calls? Is it contact form? Is it live chat? And based on this, we use usually Google Ads native tracking based on events. And the more advanced way, if you are able to, is connecting your CRM and implementing Google Click ID to ensure you're actually able to have very accurate tracking. And yeah, based on this, for e-commerce, we track for sure transaction. We usually use, again, Google Ads native conversion tracking based on Google Tag Manager event. And we also use in parallel Google Analytics to just have a secondary conversion tracking for transaction in case as a recovery, in case something happened with primary conversion tracking. But yeah, we also use enhanced conversion tracking for Google Ads to ensure we are actually able to track, apply the best practice and track transactions and or like contact form properly. Also try to implement Meta API or Facebook Pixel API or Conversion API to ensure you're actually getting more accurate result. But this is all I have in mind now. Maybe I missed something else. Arthur, do you have anything as well to add in terms of conversion tracking from your side?
No.
Okay. Besides this, yeah, we have actually one more question is, any advice on PPC or organic marketing strategy for products that are plugged often on Meta and Google, like CPD? Okay. Well, it depends on region. Like some regions, this can be basically allowed. Again, I'm to be honest, I'm not completely sure in Baltic. Is it like licensed? Do you have a license? If so, there could be some workaround, but you need to dig deeper into the strategy. So for organic, our SEO team can help more, but from paid perspective, you kind of need to ensure you're actually advertising your ads by implementing the rules of Google. So Google has actually some criteria for such business. You have to match based on advertising showing your license. So you will need to submit your license. If you search on Google, you will be able to find a form where you will submit your license to Google Ads. And based on this, you can be whitelisted. There are some other works around, but it can harm your Google Ads if you don't verify your account from the beginning, as you could be plugged as a business to run your ads. But more than this, nothing I'm aware of at the moment. I don't know. Arthur, you're from Latvia. Maybe you know about this one.
I know how it's going in Italy, but I don't know how it's going in Latvia. I know that in Italy, companies use some affiliates and some like not so popular services, and they create like landing pages with more not medical but overall about this product, and that's how they target this audience. With Latvian market and Baltic marketing, I don't have experience.
Mm-hmm. But usually with such product, it's very, very challenging to run ads in Google Ads or Meta Ads. Like they usually detect it right away. Even if you're licensed, they try to block the ad. If you're not a big retailer in this industry and you have like huge team who can know all the tricks in Google Ads, it can be very challenging. But yeah, I think this is all the questions we have at the moment. If any more question, then feel free to drop it in the Q&A room. All right, I think no more questions. Okay, we are actually perfectly on time. Moving into a recap of what we are actually what we were discussing today. We discussed about BBC strategies for 2023, measuring your campaigns and how to measure campaign success based on actual case studies, BBC automation and how to speed up the process by adopting BBC automation and A/B testing. And yeah, from my side, the only thing that if you're e-commerce owner or a decision maker, try to make sure your actually marketing team is completely aligned with your goals, measure your campaigns, and try to implement more A/B testing and automation into your ecosystem and workflow. Yeah, yeah, that is from my side. Maybe Arthurs, you want to add more thing?
Yes, maybe I can add from strategical part when you create strategy for the product or campaign. Like it's based on our experience, internal experience. We always try to understand customer profile who will see these ads. Second, we always create traffic matrix where we use not only one source, but we try to mix the sources. Third one is A/B testing roadmap, when we try to understand what we will advertise first: creatives, colors, animals, people, or texts. And the last one, we like monthly, what we recommend for all PPC sources, do health checks. Do your monthly health check, not based it on Google Analytics, but create in spreadsheet criteria, what you run, what you want to see, and like try divide by percentage how it's how keywords perform, how search terms perform, how ads perform, how all trackings perform, and monthly just go through this health check. And believe that every month you will find some interesting what you can improve, not based it on data, but based it on overall campaign performance. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you, Arthurs. Completely useful insights. And overall, I think that's all. We are happy you joined us today. Thanks for joining. I hope you have got more insights into what you can do for your paid advertising and how to improve it in this year. And yeah, also we have a next webinar coming, so sign up. Thank you.